I mean, what you and Curtis were doing out there on Saturday, is that what the H-back position is supposed to look like here?
Yeah, definitely. If you go back and look at what Percy Harvin was for Coach Meyer, that what me and Curtis did Saturday, that is what he's been looking for, and we're going to try to give him that the entire year.
When you said it was the wide receiver part of the position that you were slowest to get, I guess, what was it about that was the most challenging for you?
I just never played it before.
Is there an aspect of it that was harder to learn than others?
I mean, playing receiver in high school and then going to the next level is always something different. Obviously, it gets harder, more difficult. But that was a part of my game that I think I needed to work on, and I felt like I did pretty good at it.
There are not many seniors on this team, and a lot of your friends, I'm sure, are in the NFL. What was that like for you to see those guys leave, and you're here?
Just motivation, man, for me to work hard, and they fulfill their goal. I'm trying to do the same. Just another stepping stone I got to get over. I'm in it to win by myself now, so I'm just keep grinding.
You took to Twitter.
Wildcat snaps that you had. I think you were taking a snap and Curtis was next to you, or vice versa. I mean, when both you guys are back there, I mean, what's the ceiling for that formation? I guess you have two playmakers like that back there.
That's the sky, man. Defenses. I don't think they really know how to game plan against that. There's a lot of things that we can do out of that. I can either hand the ball, or we can even run option or something. So, I mean, I feel like that'll be tough to game plan against.
Can you guys throw both of you, Curtis?
I don't know. We'll see.
Trey Day, did Oklahoma knock on your door in the recruiting process?
Yeah.
How interested were you?
I liked Oklahoma. Adrian Peterson was my favorite player all the time, so I liked Oklahoma.
But yet you came here. What was the major attraction coming here?
Coach Meyer, the way they performed in the 12-0 season, and when Chip Kelly went to the NFL to coach, I figured I'd come play for Coach Urban Meyer. That's put a lot of guys in the NFL.
When you watched the video from Saturday's game, did you see the Dontre Wilson that you wanted to see in the opener here? What did you see? I guess
I did. I still think I need to break out of some of those tackles. Hit those long runs, sort of like Zeke was doing last year. Me and Mike, it's gonna come. I promise you, it'll come.
What do you like about Adrian Peterson? You said he was your favorite player ever.
I played running back all my life. Adrian Peterson is my favorite running back, favorite player. He's at Oklahoma. He's amazing. I even liked him over Reggie Bush, so that's me something.
Just because of the way he ran, I mean, what stood out about him more than anything else? He had speed, power.
Yeah, speed, power, quickness, ran hard. It was just exciting to watch.
And he's from Texas.
After the game Saturday, was there a moment where you just kind of soaked it in and said, after everything, at least this season's starting the way I want it to?
Yeah, man. Once I got back home, me and my family, we prayed. We got together and we prayed. Just thank God, for letting me get back out there, play healthy, play the way I played. Just being thankful.
Were there times that you wondered whether you'd ever be fully healthy and have that kind of role?
No, it wasn't that. I always kept faith. I always prayed every night. Just ask God to keep me healthy, to keep me in high hopes, keep my head up, and He's done it so far.
What do you see when you watch tape of Tulsa, Dontre?
Tulsa got a pretty good team. They're a lot better than Bowling Green. I can say that. I actually have a friend that starts on their defense. I used to play basketball with growing up, so it'll be fun playing against him.
Who's that?
Jeremy Brady.
What does he play?
Nickel.
You're going to go against him?
Yeah.
Have you talked about it?
Yeah, I talked to him.
And what's the trash talking he started?
Yeah, you know how it is. The friendly trash talk. It'll be fun, though.
Dontre, we're talking a lot about Tulsa, but it's no secret the big game is Oklahoma Week 3. How do you guys avoid, you hear it all the time, but seriously, how do you guys avoid looking ahead? Because I know that's the big game everyone's pointing to. What are you guys doing specifically to not look ahead to that game, take care of business versus Tulsa?
Every week we focus on going 1-0. So we just take it one game at a time. And once the Tulsa game is over, we'll focus on Oklahoma.
Dontre, you said that you want to look like Percy Harvin. Is that the main guy in the Urban Meyer system you focus kind of your games after?
I don't say I want to look like him. I say that's the way that Coach Urban Meyer wants that position to be. Percy Harvin did a lot of great things at Florida for Coach Meyer at the H position. So that's what me and Curtis are trying to fulfill, those shoes. I guess you could say that.
Percy Harvin with an Adrian Peters attitude.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Hey, JT's command of the offense, just his knowledge of the offense, Dontre, how would you explain it? How would you describe it?
I think JT is the Peyton Manning of college. You know, I ain't gonna call him the sheriff, but he takes command of everything. He's very vocal. He's a great leader, and that's why he's the leader of our team.
I'm sure there's many examples. Can you give an example, though, of him doing that?
I mean, you can see him barking out calls, switching things up. You know, he breaks down the team. Bro, you know, just keeps everybody going. You know, even when we're making mistakes, he walks up and down the sideline, even to the defensive side. You know, just keep those guys up.
Both you and him came from Texas. How tough was it, that recruiting process, when it finally got down to it? Number one, to leave Texas, and number two, you had a lot of pressure there. You know, I mean, to stay. I mean,
yeah, it was
how
a
tough
lot
is
of.
it for a kid from Texas to leave and come to Ohio State?
It wasn't that much pressure with me leaving the state because I was committed to Oregon.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a tough decision. It was a very tough decision.
And why? Because I mean, there's a lot of exes living all over the place, right?
Yeah. And the schools that I was choosing they were great schools. You know, all Power 5 schools. Yeah, down to the wire, man. I sometimes I didn't know. Sometimes I thought I didn't make the right decision, but I'm pretty glad I came here.
How much tougher is it now that your son's back home?
It's not that tough. You know, it's just something I gotta live with. I tell him all the time. You know, he even though he's 2, I tell him all the time, Daddy's at work. You know, give me a couple more months and then we'll be together forever.
Is he here this weekend, this past weekend?
Yep.
Y'all Skype every night? I mean,
Every
Really?
night. Yep.
Yeah.
You talked about that look earlier with you and Curtis in the backfield. Do you guys have a name for that?
No, not yet. Not yet. We'll come up with something. When we both have a big game, we'll come up with something.
Dontre, after last week's explosion, I mean, how much confidence is this giving you guys, you know, and what do you expect out of Tulsa this week?
They just upped our expectations. You know, now every week we go out there, everyone's going to expect those same things or even better. So we're just going to, we came back this week with the mindset of working harder and being able to go out on the field and go even harder.
You don't let the outside pressures get to you. This is more of what you guys place on yourself.
Right. And as far as that, man, like I was on the national championship team. You know, during those last 3 games, those were the most precious moments probably in my life. You know, so I'm really not too worried about that.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, man.
Thanks, Dontre.
You're welcome.